I'm the one who's accidentally punching people. When you see me throwing those punches in the fight, I'm like hucking an uppercut and throwing a left. My knuckles were completely bloody and bruised after that. Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Derek Luh. I play Jordan Lee on Gen V, and this is Set Stories with Collider. I try to keep it as fun as possible, and everybody else too, like even on the more intense scenes or long days, because a lot of these days are long, man. They're like 15, 16-hour days. I'm talking about from when you get picked up to like when you leave. They're long days, and I think it's important to like set the tone of what the day is going to be. So I always try and, in another interview, they asked who was the agent of chaos on the set, and everybody agreed it was me, because I will come in at 4 a.m. with my music blasting, and I'm like, hey, what's up everybody? Like, let's make it a great day. And I'm sure inside they're just like, shut the hell up. It's 4 a.m. I've had my matcha. I make my matcha at home. I'll either finish it or bring it with me. And by the time I get there, that 30-minute ride, it's like kicked in and I'm ready to go. Sometimes I will will myself to be energetic. And then towards the end, when those days started getting like longer and longer, the matcha wasn't working. So I would take a Celsius, and then 1 became 2. And then my sleep schedule pattern was all messed up. And I think naturally, there's a sort of enthusiasm to who I am, but I can credit matcha and Celsius and copious amounts of caffeine to help with that. So I try and keep it light. We try and keep it fun, and we're like one big family, and everybody really cares for each other, and we all have great relationships, and so we really lean on each other when those days get long, and yeah, we just have a great time shooting it, and it's fun, and it's crazy, and it's hectic, but yeah, we get it done. It can be both. There's a lot of action, but there's also a lot of like character development. So there's like, sometimes you're shooting like 3-4 pages of dialogue and you need a couple different setups. Getting through those scenes, you want to be intentional about it, and you want to take your time, and you don't want to rush, and because they're not only important to the actor but very important to the character and the story. So sometimes that takes a little longer, but the action stuff normally does take a couple days. We'll shoot, like when we're fighting Vicor, the dude with the big hammer, that is shot in 7 days. So we're shooting that for 7 days. That's all we're focused on. We're in that seminar room, just piece by piece by piece, because the wire setup, the way that they like set everything up, and like the way that they know the science of it all, and the velocity at which you pull and the angle will get you this high. It's like, it's incredible to watch and see how they work and how they make adjustments. So sometimes that stuff takes a little bit of tweaking and a little while. And then also, yeah, just getting those fight beats when there's like 20 people in a room and you're all having to pick up different fight beats. It's a lot. It does take a while. For me personally, I think it's easier than the acting because it's all physical. So all I'm doing is remembering the fight beats, and then John Koyama, who's our stunt coordinator and who's the boys, who's shout out 2-time Emmy winner, John Koyama, they rehearse it. They like beat it into us, which we love. I always ask for more rehearsal time. I'm like, when can I get in? I want to get in. I want to do more rehearsal. I want to have this thing, because when on the day, to make it move, quicker, but also be prepared, I want it like in my body. Doing that and having it in my body, it's actually easier, because all you're worried about is like the next move and throwing the punches and dancing with the partner. So it actually makes it easier. And then when you have the scenes, the acting scenes with the dialogue, you're kind of like, you have to really listen and pay attention, but then also be truthful and let it affect you in an honest way, and respond honestly. And, maybe whatever idea you had of the scene gets completely thrown out of the window on the first take. So now you're like, I feel like that's more challenging and more of a like, keep the spinning plates going sort of thing. I'm the one who's accidentally punching people. Shout out to Tate, and honestly, Michael Ground designed that super suit, but that he's wearing, but it's like these hockey shoulder pads. I'm like throwing a body shot and then like another hook, and they're like, it's not really reading, and Tate, who's just this like grizzly of a man, is like, just hit me, bro. Just hit me. And I'm like, all right. When you see me throwing those punches in the fight, I'm like hucking an uppercut and throwing a left, and my knuckles were completely bloody and bruised after that. But it all stemmed from when we were doing rehearsals, because he's like bearing down on us, and it's all about like spacing, like I have to make sure that if he's coming down, I have to be like an arm's distance away. When he first started coming down like super fast, I just threw up the punch, and it I popped him right in the ribs, and I thought for sure, I was like, oh dude, that was a solid punch. Didn't even blink. The arena scene where we walk into the arena and Jordan's fighting Marie, that day was so electric because there's like 700 background. Like, they wanted it all practical. They didn't want to move people they packed that place out with 700 screaming people who have seen the first season, so they're excited about what show they're a part of, and they're just screaming at you as you walk out. It was such a like electric, visceral feeling. I really didn't have to do anything. If you just listen to that overwhelming yell from the crowd, it's just so there. And then also just like the electricity that me and London and Jazz had in that scene, and then during that fight scene, it was just such a fun day, and it came out so great. And then my other favorite, I would have to say, was there's a laundromat scene between Jordan, Marie, and Emma. It was like humming between us as actors. Like, it was palpable between us. We could feel it. The comedy and the emotion and the tension and all of it was like palpable in the scene. And so we were just having a great time. Like, oh my God, this was such a fun day and so great. And everybody, oh my God, you did so great and you did so great. And then you watch it and you're like, holy shit, this is a great scene. The energy that was being transferred between actors in the scene, it made it pop on camera. It was like a really, really cool moment to see, like, yeah, what you're feeling in the scene, it will sometimes, and what you hope for will appear during the scene, like on camera. Oh, dinners. That's like our main thing. None of us really like party, so we're not like going to a bar, but we will eat. That is the main thing we do. One of our favorite restaurants up there is La Banane up in Toronto. It's a French restaurant. It's phenomenal food, but just like the care they take, they like, why don't you try this? And our chef wanted you to try this, and da-da-da. And it's just, and the food is amazing. And we probably visited that restaurant, I want to say like 15 times in the 7 months that we were up there. And then another one we really love is Dilo, which is a really, really great one. And they did something cool. It was like a tasting menu. And our favorite thing that we had were the palate cleansers, which is funny enough. I mean, these amazing, like elegant, just super intricate meals are coming out, and the flavor palettes are so good. And then they were like, and then this is a palate cleanser. And we're like, what's this? We want more of this. And they're like, it's just a palate cleanser. It's like ice and lemon. We're like, we need more of this. But yeah, bonding for sure is always via food. And I think that's the best way to bond. I actually kept, so in that arena scene, there's like fans are wearing like merch, like Vought merch. And one of my favorite ones is, it's very Vought inspired. So it's like crass. It's a picture of me and London split as Jordan. And it says, my pronouns are badass or kick ass or something like that. And it's just like, I asked props. I'm like, can I get a couple of those? And they gave me a garbage bag full of like Jordan Lee sweatshirts and Marie Moreau shirts. And so I have just like a bunch of flyers and t-shirts from that episode. There was a day when it was me, Asa, Sean Patrick Thomas, and Steven, who plays a new character. We're all in there and we're kind of like facing off against Hamish's cipher. When we walk up, I could not keep it together looking at Hamish, and he was like a sniper. He like zeroed in on the fact that I couldn't keep it together, and everything he was doing in the take, no matter how little or big, was like directed at me to make me laugh. And because I couldn't keep it together, then Asa, my best friend in the scene, couldn't keep it together. And so like the whole day, it was like 15 hours of us just walking into a room. I don't think we had many lines, and we're just like, I don't know how they were able to cut around it or cut back to me, because I'm just laughing the entire time. When one of the characters dies, they use so much fake blood. It was like a wasp's nest. They had to reshoot the scene because it's just like wasps the entire time in the scene, and like all the actors are kind of like trying to be cool, but there's like wasps flying in their face, and they're like, yeah, let's go get them. And you're just being hit by wasps. I think that was the like craziest, weirdest, like most surreal moment where you're just like, we're trying to pretend to be like cool superheroes, and there's just like bees attacking us.